You are about to witness something so potent and so powerful. This is a real time subconscious transformation session, recorded live with full permission to share. These sessions are designed to dissolve stuck patterns, clear resistance, and create instant shifts, all without force or years of unpacking. It's real, it's raw, and it's not like anything you've heard before. Welcome to Rapid Resolution Therapy. A disclaimer: these sessions are real, unscripted, and deeply transformational. While the work shared here may spark powerful insights for you, remember, this is a personal session being generously shared for educational and inspirational purposes only. This is not therapy, and it's not a substitute for medical, psychological, or mental health care. If you're navigating intense emotional distress, please seek support from a licensed professional. By listening, you agree to hold space with respect for both the participant and your own nervous system. Take what resonates, let the rest move through. And if you're curious what this could unlock for you, send me a message on Instagram at the Meghan Weir to experience a complimentary session with the option to be featured on Dropped In. And if you prefer to keep it private, you can book a paid one-on-one session off air and experience the same level of clarity, freedom, and nervous system relief, just between us. Welcome to Dropped In, Marsha. I am elated for our time together with one another. I am taking you through a rapid resolution therapy session, and thank you for trusting me. Thank you for trusting this space, and for our beautiful community to be able to understand what this therapy does. I was just sharing with you pre-party, I just took a client through an RRT session. His father passed away 4 days ago, and we had him laughing 30 minutes in, and he was able to connect with his father on a completely different experience, a completely different level. And yeah, it was profound. So I am on a mission to get this work into the hands of many. So thank you for being so open and real and sharing this with Dropped In.
My pleasure. I'm thrilled to be here and to go through this exercise with you.
Awesome. Okay. So I am going to invite you into a different way of thinking. It's not necessarily the truth. It's simply a way of thinking. Are you good with that?
I'm great.
Okay. So I think that people are aware of their thoughts and their feelings.
Mhm.
And I think that people don't necessarily choose them. And I also think that these thoughts, feelings create action or inaction. And I also think that they stem from places that we aren't consciously aware of. So it's my intention to support you to get to the root of the matter, to create that automatic, lasting change of what is intended for you. So can you give me a short headline as to how things have been for you, what you have been experiencing?
I have been feeling a lot of pressure, and I was really trying to put it into words today and thinking of it. It's a pressure that's creating almost this tightness in my chest and anxiety. I will wake up more of an anxious feeling. I wake up sometimes at 3 in the morning where it's like wide awake, like something, startles me, and it takes me a lot of breath work to get myself calm back down. And I know that it stems from a lot of moving parts that are happening right now in my own business, which I'm grateful for, yet they're completely out of my control. And it creates this feeling of pressure that I'm holding a lot of plates at once. And there was a couple of experiences of rejection that came up recently that it's I wanted to drop right back into an old story, like an old story that it's personal, that it's tied to worth. I could almost see it. And it was almost a feeling of like, you have to do more. Like it comes right back to pressure again. You have to do more. And it's like, that's not the story that I want to buy into and believe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, from what I'm hearing, is that you have been kind of activated,
Mhm.
experiencing stress, overwhelm, pressure. Body is responding to anxiety.
Mhm.
And there's been a sense of rejection that has stemmed from this.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, isn't it great that you are live on a podcast? No pressure at all.
No pressure at all.
No rejection at all. So
No.
see that that's just simply a blip in the system where you are already here, where one might feel the pressure to be here and might feel, wow, what if I get rejected? But here you are. So you've already proven that that's outdated, haven't you?
I definitely have. It's definitely an old story that likes to creep back up.
Yeah. All
Mhm.
right. So that's the past. The past is history. And so session's complete.
Just like that.
No, all jokes aside, is there anything else that would be supportive for me to understand to ensure that we can clear this pressure and this sense of rejection today?
Mhm. I don't think so. I think the only other thing that I keep coming back to, because I do reflect a lot and I get very curious about the feelings that are showing up, like as opposed to judging them, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. There it is again. Is I look at all the areas that I am expanding into different ways and I'm excited by it. I am. And it's like, okay, I can see how that feels like a lot right now because it is a lot of different things, but I'm also really excited by it. So I do believe it's possible, but I also know the importance of, taking care of myself to be able to hold it because I've learned a lot about nervous system regulation through you too. So this is just that piece is that I want to continue to see myself holding the plates with calm, grounded energy.
Holding the plates. I love that. I
Seeing
love that
plates.
visual.
I keep seeing plates.
And so, in this space of expansion and expanding your capacity, what have you noticed? Have there been any times where you've gone to old tendencies besides? I understand how the mind has been working. However, has there been any other habits or behaviors that have shown up for you?
Yes, it'll be things like all of a sudden it's like, wait, when was the last time I drank water? Or I really have to go to the washroom because I'm in the middle of work and I'm like, yeah, Marsha, that was an hour ago. Like just literally
Mm,
walk away and do it. And so that those are old tendencies that I will fall back to and not consciously. I just all of a sudden I recognize that I'm doing it. Or I'm just gonna do a couple more things and I'm like, wait, that's 2 hours ago that I said I was gonna be done. Right. So little things like that that I notice I do fall
mhm.
back into.
Yeah. Okay. And if you were to put a stamp on that with because we love to have identities or labels, what would you call that?
Oh, I think I would call that like overworking or not putting boundaries in place for myself or a little bit of proving energy, probably just it's a pushing energy, I
Hmm.
think. It definitely that's where the only place I lived before. I'm going to say that's
Hmm.
the only way I did business before. So it's old tendencies that pop up.
Hmm. Okay. And do you look at that as a form of self something?
Um Protection.
Oh, good one.
Did you like that?
I love that.
I know you did. I reframe that. I don't like I same as you, self-sabotage. I look at it that it's like I feel it is a protection in that I'm like if I could just do a little bit more and I do a little bit more, that's an old tendency that's showing up.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. So for that are listening, most people would say self-sabotage. That's what most people identify as, right?
Yes.
And would you agree that, okay, finish this statement. I am my own worst,
Critic.
yeah,
Mhm.
right? Or I am my own worst enemy.
Enemy. Yeah. I even enemy, I was like, "Ooh, I don't like that word." I could feel it in me. I was like, I don't it's not an enemy. It's not an enemy. It's
No.
like done with the intention is it comes from the right like from a sacred place. It's like trying to do something good and trying to protect. I know my subconscious mind wants to protect me at all times,
Mm-hmm.
but it's in a space that it's, yeah, definitely my own biggest critic. It's very easy to be my own biggest critic. And
Yeah,
if I'm my own biggest critic, I'm not focusing on what I have done. I'm focusing on what I'm not doing enough of.
of course. Yeah. So, in this, we can recognize that when we're not fueling our bodies like we used to, when we're not giving our bodies rest like we
Mhm.
used to, when we go into the old patterns and behaviors like pushing and forcing and proving,
Mhm.
it's simply you're not your own worst critic.
Mm-mm.
You're not your own worst enemy. Your body and mind are simply doing its job, which is
Right.
to protect you.
Mhm.
So if things feel uncertain, we're going to go back to things that are certain, even though they may not be supportive for the direction in which we're headed.
Right. Right. Yeah, just had a light bulb moment. Yes.
Bingo.
Yeah, I did. I just definitely had a light bulb moment.
Yeah. So in these moments where, oh, I haven't had any water, or, oh, I haven't gotten up to go to the washroom, it's really starting to get out of the head. This is what we're doing together today, is to get out of the head, get back into the body, and listen to its silent cues.
I love that.
Because wouldn't it be great to have all of the energy and power to fuel you towards what's intended?
Yes.
Because old self thinks that the more we prove, the more we push, the more we get done.
Mhm.
But future self recognizes rest is the biggest power move, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Even when you say that word, I can honestly feel my body goes from contraction to like, yes, like it just this, it actually feels good when you say the word rest.
Yeah. We
Hmm.
want to live in a place of overflow, don't we?
Yes, we do.
And so when we're in a place of overflow, we recognize that rest is our greatest medicine.
And it's so interesting when you don't live your life that way. A bit like that's not the message that's been on repeat. I love the message, but it's not the message that I've had on repeat.
Of course.
Hmm.
And why? Because we want to go back to a place of certain.
Right.
This feels uncertain.
Hmm.
All of
Sounds
this, right? There's a lot going on. Like there's a lot of expansion that's happening. And when we, it's like, oh, snap. Like that is, mind can perceive that's a threat, that's a danger, even though it's really good. We can
mm-hmm.
go back to places and spaces where it's like, oh man, like even though I know consciously this is not best practice for where I'm headed,
Hmm.
subconsciously it's like, oh, we got to protect. So protection means we push, we force, we prove, right?
Yes.
So the intention today is recognizing, yeah, there's pressure and we have, unfortunately, our mind is like, we need to protect you. And when we feel that sense of rejection, it's like, oh, we're just going to bring up all the things of which we've been rejected on from the past, right?
Evidence.
Evidence, right?
Yes.
Even though that happened, it's not happening,
No.
right?
No.
Okay. So I know where we're headed. Okay. I know where we're going. Is there anything else that would be supportive for me to support you today?
No, I think the only other thing is that it's I feel like the universe has had some fun with me lately in the sense of, my husband's gone through a very serious injury. So my demands have gone up significantly. We're
Mm-hmm.
learning, and I think we're coming to the tail end of, well, for the most part. And so demands have been higher. And I think because demands have been higher, period, it's been easier to drop back into push and do more.
Of course.
And odd times, right? Odd times, late times, boundaries less. So I can feel like it's been an interesting thing of having it all happen at once.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like, thanks, universe, for giving me a shitstorm of shit.
Oh, right now, eh?
And
Like right now.
not to take away from what you have been experiencing whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can reframe it, it's like, wow, this is preparing me once, like this injury isn't going on forever. Like there
No.
is an end date,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
The things that you've been navigating behind the scenes, there is an end date.
Mm-hmm.
So no system is like expanding, and although it feels like a pressure cooker, it feels super foreign and uncomfortable, and so we go back to old ways of being. Imagine future self being like, whoa, I now have this massive capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Like the rubber band has been stretched, and now all of that stuff that happened in the past is not happening now. Imagine what we can fill in that space toward what is intended for you.
Oh, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So I would love for you to, we're going to just enter the flow zone. Are you good with that?
I'm great with that.
Yeah. It's kind of like we're opening up the doors to this private club. You cut the velvet rope, and it's like, you just get to take a big, deep exhale. It's a private lounge. You got the cushiest, most delicious furniture. It's like soft velvet, and it supports every muscle, every fiber of your being. It's like everything in this space has been so well thought of. It's like all your needs are being met in this space where you can just feel that, don't you?
I do. Yes, I do.
So I'd love for you to take a big, deep inhale and exhale it out. And so keeping your eyes closed and just coming into this soft space. And so I'm going to share with you how the mind has been working. So the mind is like an old school record player with two vinyls spinning at the same time. Okay?
Mhm.
And so there's the primitive record, and it is scratched. It's looping the same old survival soundtrack. It's predictable, protective, and it's outdated as hell. And it doesn't care about harmony, just that that beat keeps you safe. And layered beneath that is the advanced record. And so this is lush, complex jazz album your future self commissioned. It plays possibilities, nuance, capacity, expansion. But the scratchy survival track downs and drowns it. Drowns it out so much unless we lift the needle. And so, of course, your system is running the old pressure to be enough file. It's like an outdated software still trying to keep you in the good girl loop.
Hmm.
But what if your body already got the update? And the only thing left is this little flicker of memory. So let's talk about how the body responds to fear and anger. So they're just fast moving currents. Your nervous system is this river, and it's designed to surge, flush, and clear debris from the system. And the river's never really wrong for moving fast. In fact, it's how it's kept itself clean, alive, and thriving. But humans, we build dams, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
We shove logs in the flow. We hold on to water because we think it's dangerous if it rushes through too fast. We try to analyze the current, and catalog it, and name every leaf. And that's when the river turns into a swamp. Stagnant, heavy, breeding more fear, breeding more anger, because the flow never completed its cycle. And so the work that we're doing today is like removing the dam, not by force, not by effort, but by reminding the river, you were always meant to flow. Let's see what's waiting downstream. And so it's not about releasing fear or anger. It's about remembering they were never meant to be stored in the first place. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah, I do.
So this one lands in the belly, not in the head, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I'd love for you to take a big, deep inhale and exhale it out. And so if you can, just for a moment, connect with that feeling of pressure. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. We're done with it. And so as you connect with that, if this feeling was a cartoon character, what would it look like?
I love how you just get to follow your instinct. My first thought was Roadrunner.
Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Oh, zippity doo dah.
Yep. Fast, like super fast. Here I am. Here I am. Yep.
Can't go fast enough.
Yep.
Okay, so let's give that old pressure a ridiculous costume and see if it still feels as though it's still convincing, okay? You
Yep.
got it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And so what do you notice?
Well, I pictured it with a clown costume on, and it's like it can't. It's kind of looking, going like, what is this? I can't move. It's not like what'd you do to me?
Yeah.
And it was just almost funny. It was just comical.
Awesome. I love it. Okay, so what if the contraction that you had been experiencing wasn't wrong?
Mm.
What if it's actually the body's way of rehearsing for a bigger capacity,
Mm.
even if it feels tight right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So notice, Marsha, where your system is already softening.
Mm-hmm.
Your breath, your jaw, your posture. Just notice the uncoiling. What's one part of you that's already feeling relief right now?
I'd say right at my chest, it feels like it's just opened up, and I feel like my shoulders have probably dropped down at least an inch or two, if not more.
Definitely have.
They feel like they have. I feel it's interesting because I feel very heavy in my seat, like in the chair, like I'm super grounded. Like
Mm-hmm.
before, whereas I felt I was kind of the roadrunner all over the place. The energy was everywhere. This just feels like it's very anchored.
Mm-hmm. Love that for you. Okay. So guess what?
Wow.
This is your new baseline.
Mm.
And she takes a big, deep exhale.
I love that word baseline. I love seeing the baseline change and
Yeah.
feeling. Mhm.
Welcome to our world. All right. Take a big, deep inhale and exhale. And just open your eyes. Welcome yourself back to the space. And so When you connect with that feeling that you had at the very beginning of that pressure, what do you notice now?
I don't feel it.
Wow.
Like I can't connect to it. And I'm trying to connect to it and I can't connect to it. The feeling's not there.
Look how powerful you are.
Hmm. It's not, it's so funny because it's like it's in a different room. Like I can't connect to it.
Yeah. Cool.
Hmm.
So isn't it cool, Marsha, that here we are in 2025, and here we have this data right here in this present moment. Everything's been updated up until May 15th at 2:27 p.m. my time, 5:57 p.m. your time, right?
Hmm.
Everything has been updated. However, the past version of yourself was running on 1988 software, and it didn't get the memo. It's like, hey, that's how we used to operate. But it's 2025. And everything, and now we just got another update. Oh my goodness, can you believe it? And another one, and another one. It's like you can't even keep up to the updates. It's like, oh my goodness, I didn't recognize that I was running on all this old programming. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, that's how past version of self operated, but it's like, oh my goodness. Oh, look, we got another update.
That's awesome. I love that. I just love that. It's so, I have the visual of, me carrying around my old BlackBerry. No offense, BlackBerry, but carrying my old BlackBerry, trying to get it to do the same thing that my 2025 phone does. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not the same.
like, BlackBerry, why can't you open Instagram?
Yeah. Why are you not
Like, what's
doing it?
wrong with you? Why aren't you working?
Oh, I still see
Oh,
it.
right?
Yeah.
It's just old data, it's old news,
Mhm.
and we just forgot to update. That's all that's been happening. Okay?
Yeah.
So connecting with future self,
Hmm.
when we feel that we're at capacity, what do you notice?
Oh, I actually, as soon as you said connecting to future self, I saw this visual of myself smiling at myself now and saying, like, you're fine because there's more coming. Like, you're prepping. We're prepping right now. It's okay. Like, you're
Yeah.
doing great. You're doing great.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I might whisper to her, rest is a power move.
I love that one. Thank you for that reminder.
So repeat after me. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
The power pause fuels me to make power moves.
Mm. The power pause fuels me to make power moves.
Okay, so connecting with future self, notice what you notice.
The power pause fuels me to make power moves. And when I say that, I can see her smiling. Like I can see her in a space of saying, yes,
Yeah.
rest. And to get to here, rest is required.
Yeah.
Like rest is, it's actually part of the equation.
Mm-hmm. And so we can think of a power pause, meaning perhaps it's like months or years, but it actually could be like moments where we actually recognize, oh, my bladder's full. I'm going to stand up and take a power pause and go use the
Mm-hmm.
washroom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I haven't had a sip of water for a good hour or so. I'm going to take a power pause
Mm-hmm.
and have some water. You know what? I've been sitting at my desk for a good couple hours. I'm actually going to use my Apple Watch, because I know you have one,
Mm-hmm.
and listen to it when it invites me to stand up every hour. And I take a power pause.
Mm-hmm.
And in that power pause, I just notice my feet on the ground. I can connect with my breath. I can even take my hands and just gently tap my collarbones and just letting my body know, like, holy man, this power pause feels so damn good, right? And it's like, oh, I'm feeling pretty tuckered out. So I might just go have a power nap.
Mhm.
knowing that that is going to create the overflow of what's already intended for you.
I love that. Um, I love that. It just makes me think there's been times I've been honoring myself with a nap and it feels good. And I know that it has come at a point where I've pushed so far that I crash like in seconds. So
Yeah.
maybe that's not necessary to push to the point that you crash.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
So, what I see for you, Marsha, I know this is not the traditional route of what we do in a typical RRT session, but I do it so many different ways now. So,
Mhm.
but what I see for you is that you are in this space of actually rewiring yourself every single morning.
Mm.
So we don't rewire after fact.
Oh, I love that.
Because so many people find themselves in the space of stress, pressure, stress, overwhelm, like this crazy tornado, right? And imagine if we were intentional every single morning, we take a power pause to be with ourselves. It doesn't have to be a 2 hour meditation session.
Mhm.
It could literally be a 2 minute intentional session where maybe you put your legs up on the up the wall.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Maybe it's you do some EFT,
Mhm.
right? Maybe you take the butterfly.
I have actually have been using that one. Where this there? Sorry, I couldn't. I'm totally disoriented right now. Using this, but I have been doing that one. Feels good. And I had this visual of my power pause in the morning is actually like seeing the roadrunner, knowing the roadrunner's in me because the roadrunner is part of me, and we start the morning with the roadrunner putting on the clown costume.
Yeah. This is like hilarious, isn't it?
It is. I love it. I love it. Actually, it's really good. It's good.
Okay. So we've depressurized the system, which is freaking amazing,
Mm-hmm.
right? So as a result, now, as you know, that you're going to have so much more energy, more power, more clarity, intuition, joy,
Mm.
play, creativity, all the fun, innate gifts are abundantly yours, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because we've unkinked that hose and now it's like, and now we also have embedded that it's good to take power moves.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's good to take power pauses. And it's possible to do, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's attach interest and appeal to having taken these power pauses and notice at the end of your day, you've supported your husband. I'm going to delete that. You've
Yeah.
supported yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You've supported your husband.
Mm-hmm.
You've supported your clients. You've supported the projects. But in those moments, you took those sacred power pauses, refueling the system, seeing the cup overfloweth. It's like, oh, I can breathe.
Mm-hmm. That
And
felt
so
really
you
good.
hit your head on the pillow, not from exhaustion, but from a place of,
Mm.
I'm so proud of myself.
Mm.
I'm so proud of myself for how I showed up for myself, how I showed up for my family, my clients, my projects. And instead of a sense of exhaustion and frustration and whatever else that might be, it's like, oh, I can rest knowing that I did my best for myself first.
I love that.
Recognizing that I was running on old software. And it's like, oh shit, guess what? We've had like 10 more updates. Can you believe it?
There's endless updates.
Infinite. Okay, so this is great. I love this for you. Now, I am going to now drop into the rejection piece. So, where do you notice that in your body?
Heart.
In your heart. Okay.
Yep. Mhm.
And we are done with that. Boom, shakalaka. If that feeling had a abstract design, would it be black, white, gray, or color?
Black.
Okay. Any shapes, sizes, lines, squiggles?
Triangle.
Triangle. Okay. We're done with
Mhm.
that. All right. So you know how the mind works, you know how the nervous system works, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So now I'm going to take you on a little journey. And although we're not together in person, can you feel me beside you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You feel my shoulder right beside you?
Yes.
Yeah, we're kind of doing like a little boop, whoop. There it is.
Yes. Yes, I did. I think I did that with my eyes closed.
Love it. Love it. Okay. So I would love for you, Marsha, just to share with me a moment in time where you felt this absolute sense of accomplishment.
When I wrote and published my book.
Mm. Which one?
Sorry. My solo one. My solo one because she didn't let you it didn't make logical sense why I did when I did. And that's a point for me that I go back to often as a reminder that you can do these things.
Mm-hmm. You
Mhm.
certainly can. You are. Okay, awesome. Now share with me a time where you felt a sense of peace and excitement.
Peace and excitement. Past, present, doesn't matter.
Whatever comes to mind.
I think what's coming to mind now is knowing that we have another book launch coming next week, and I get to see you in person. And there's just this level of peace knowing that books are on the truck. We've done what we can. Everything is like we've done everything, and there's a level of peace of where I even voice noted team members yesterday. I'm like, we did this. Like we did this. Like you like be so proud of us for how we have figured things out. It felt really good and it felt very peaceful.
Love that for you.
Mhm.
Huge accomplishment. Huge. Okay. Now share with me another moment in time that really resonates with you, that feels uplifting, joyful.
Being in Finland last year and watching
Mm,
my husband compete at Worlds and watching him finish second in the Worlds. That was just, we had such a great trip. And we don't have a lot of trips together. So it was just such a great experience.
mm-hmm. I love
Mhm.
it. So powerful. Okay, cool. So we have these three key moments in time, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to take you on a little journey. Again, it's a little out there, and we're going to have fun together. So I would love for you to, first and foremost, we don't need to go gold digging or gold mining, bringing up things that we can't recall, but I would love for you to bring to the forefront of your mind a time that you can recall where you felt that rejection, and share with me a short headline.
Hmm. Hmm. I think thinking I would, a client would be doing something, following through, maybe going a certain direction, and then they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I would love for you to open your eyes and just, I'm going to take you through a little journey here. So you're going to share with me that exact same headline.
Okay.
Okay, and you're going to share it in a new language. And this language is called cupcake.
Cupcake.
So you're going to share this exact same headline, but cupcake, 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 cupcake.
Okay.
Okay. And to add some extra flav, you're going to mirror me. Cupcake, cupcake, cupcake. Okay.
Yep, I
Are you
got it.
ready?
Yep.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Okay. Cupcake, 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 cupcake. God. I'm gonna snort because I'm laughing so hard.
Okay. That's whenever I do this, my face hurts. It's so fun. Okay.
Okay.
Um, now notice when you check in with that headline, notice what you notice.
It's I'm laughing when I see the headline, but even the headline that I spoke before, it doesn't connect the same way.
Awesome. Boom. Look how powerful you are. Okay, let's hear another short headline that would be useful in terms of when you felt rejected.
Hmm. Another rejection that has come up is in comparison with money. Has been in a comparison of money, not enough, not having enough, or feeling the feeling of it not being enough. So then I can feel myself dropping into, okay, well, that's not good enough. I have to do more.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Ready to scramble it?
Yes.
Okay. Let's use the word scramble. That will be fun. So that's your new language today for this one.
Okay.
And you're going to share exact same headline with the word scramble.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yep. Yep. Scramble, 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 scramble. 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 Oh my gosh, you're hilarious. That's awesome. That's awesome.
What do you notice?
I just that I'm laughing and my energy feels different. And it's like I actually have to think of like what was that? What was that? And I don't need to go mining for it because it was there. But it's like the scramble. I just keep seeing cupcake scramble and Roadrunner in a clown costume.
Oh, I love it. So fun. Isn't this better than sitting on a couch crying for an hour?
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is good. This is really good.
There's a better way. All right, let's hear another headline that would be supportive where you felt like rejection.
Mm. A time not feeling as like successful as somebody else, or not feeling like, how do I say this? I feel like we've been playing in really big arenas lately and almost feeling like, okay, can you actually do this? Even though we're doing it and we've done it, but there is a voice that comes up with that. And when I get questioned of why we will do something a certain way, I immediately almost feel this contraction of like, oh, like that's am I doing it wrong? Is that not the right way? Is that not the right way? Is this not good enough? Is that like it's wild how fast I can feel it come up.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Sneaky little bugger.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to call this bugger.
Bugger. All right.
Tell me the
Okay,
headline
bugger.
in bugger. And I know you have an English accent in there, don't you?
I don't even. Here,
Bugga, 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 bugga,
bugger,
bugga.
bugger.
That could be Aussie, I don't know. Anyways, give me your favorite accent.
All
Bugga.
right. Bugger. 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 Oh. Oh, I also needed to laugh, so this is very helpful.
Uh,
Right?
the intention was already set out for you, my friend.
It was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It's perfect.
Okay. Notice what you notice now with that headline.
Again, it's like it's disconnected. It's like it was unplugged from the wall.
Yeah.
It's not there. I can see it there, but it doesn't have any doesn't bring up any feeling with it.
Job well done.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Is
please.
there any other, again, we don't need to go gold digging,
Mm.
any other event that comes to mind?
Hmm. Not clearly without gold digging. Yeah, not clearly without gold digging, except just in a space of, I'm going to say doing enough from the lens of like being a mother, being a, you know, a daughter, a like being enough for people in my life who are struggling or who are and sometimes feeling some excessive pressure there.
Is there a specific event that would be helpful?
Yes.
Is it appropriate to share the headline?
Yeah, I would say it's like being enough as a mother, trusting, knowing I'm enough as a mother.
Okay. So
Hmm.
you have the event and headline. Okay,
Yeah, I
perfect.
do. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What will be fun for this? Let's do Rumpelstiltskin.
I can I can start laughing before I even do it. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm
Ready?
ready. Yep.
Okay.
Rumpelstiltskin. 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 This is the best.
Uh,
Okay. That's
Listeners,
awesome.
I hope you're with us still.
I know. If you're still with us, like, thank you. Thank you.
Works, man. It works.
It
Okay.
does.
What do you notice now with that event?
Same thing. It just lightened it. I feel like with each of these, it's like the heaviness, it's just it's not there. It's lightening. It's
Yeah.
lightening and it's lightening. And I can't connect to it the same way.
Awesome. So
Hmm.
that's the power of this work is that we can still connect to these events and experiences, but there is no emotional charge there.
Hmm. That I love that because
Yeah.
it's not there's not it's not anything wrong with having those feelings or that there's like it's just part of I feel it, but if I there's no emotional charge, then it doesn't have me too,
100%.
right? Neutral.
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 Total neutrality. That is the name of the game here.
Mhm.
And we want, so with RRT, it is intended to end human suffering. Because if we feel stuck in a specific area of our life with pressure or with that
Mhm.
sense of rejection, it's taking all of your energy, all of your power away from where you are headed. And you are headed to the space of huge expansion, right? The nervous system now is like, holy shit, we are just getting so mind's equating it as pressure, right?
Right. Right.
Which it is,
Mhm.
but we're also expanding the capacity. It's like, wow, if I can do all the things that I'm doing right now behind the scenes while navigating all of this life over the last 5.5 months,
Mhm.
and I can still show up and achieve these results, like imagine when these come to a close, what's available for you?
Yeah, the amount of I just see like more calling more energy back in and not from the lens of, oh, I get to do more. It's like calling more energy back in. It's like filling it back up.
Yeah, we're not doing more. We are attracting more because now we have this capacity, and it's like, oh, all of that stuff that was happening isn't happening anymore.
Mhm.
It's old data, old software.
Mhm.
Now we have this spaciousness, this breathing room. It's like, oh, now we can call in our deepest desires, our big picture visions, our manifestations. People that want to manifest, get down and dirty with your nervous system because that is the
Mhm.
secret sauce. I'm telling you what. And guess what? You've gotten down and dirty with some pretty epic shit lately, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah.
I have, and I am proud of myself for how I have navigated so many of the things. And I know like this work, I have been really committed with in a lot of different ways over the last 2 years. And it is the secret sauce. It is 100% the secret sauce.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you know what's crazy? Is that I saw a photo of you after our breakthrough day in Toronto. Well, you live in Toronto, I don't. I was like, she doesn't even look like the same person.
Oh, really?
Like, it's crazy.
I need to go look at it. I need to go look
You
at
don't even look like the same person.
it. Mhm.
So this work works.
This work works, and it's as somebody who spent most of her life pushing and trying to do more, like it the results that I have created doing this work plus doing aligned work has far surpassed anything I've ever done while pushing, like
Hmm.
anything, like
Yeah.
anything. And it's so freaking powerful. It really is. It's so powerful.
So, power pauses
Mhm.
create power moves.
And power pauses, I often thought of power pauses as like I stop. I'm thinking now I'm like power pauses like get up and go to the washroom. Like
Yeah,
get
I'm
up and fill your
refueling,
water. I'm refueling. And
recalibrating.
yeah, definitely moving myself. And the power pause of I can even see 2 5 minutes in the morning, 2 to 5 minutes, like just enough to get into a space and feeling this piece of rewiring before my day starts, as opposed to pushing and crashing and then hoping my sleep will rewire it, which
Hmm.
it's never enough to get caught up. So why not rewire first?
Hmm. Yes.
Okay.
So I also see you now nighttime. It's like, oh, I woke up and I didn't see the 3 a.m.
Mm,
clock on my alarm clock or whatever you're looking at. I don't know if it's your phone or your alarm clock, but it's like now you're sleeping through because you took these power pauses where it's like you've recalibrated, you refueled, you've re-energized throughout the day where it's like, and now we rest.
mm,
Okay.
yes,
This is the new baseline.
I love that.
Can you
I love
connect
that.
with that abstract design that you created?
No,
No.
I know I said triangle, but no,
Awesome.
no.
How did today go for you?
Today was great. Like it was actually really, really good. I was so excited. I was like super excited to be able to do this today. And I think the timing couldn't have been better, to be honest. It was great timing and a reminder of, how important it is to continue to support ourselves in this work. So thank you.
100%. My
Thank you.
pleasure.
And thanks for
Thank
the
you.
humor. Thanks for the humor that I got to bring with it too. I love that.
Totally. Yeah. I love it. Love it. Thank you so much, Marsha. So appreciate you.
Thank you.
Most people think scaling is about doing more strategy, more hours, more effort. Your success isn't about how hard you work. It's about how well your nervous system can hold what you're building. If your body is stuck in survival mode, no strategy in the world will make scaling feel sustainable. You'll stay in the cycle of overthinking, self sabotaging, pushing harder while getting nowhere. Not because you don't know what to do, but because your system isn't wired to receive what you're working for. That's why I created the Inner Pharmacy Playbook. 143 power pages of real, high-level strategy to regulate your nervous system, rewire resistance, and finally step into momentum that sticks. Because you weren't meant to build your empire through exhaustion. You were meant to build it with ease, clarity, and power. And that starts here. Go to the show notes and grab your copy of the Inner Pharmacy Playbook, because the next level of your business is not about grinding harder. It's about becoming the version of you who can hold it all.